Okay, I'm very happy that Commissioner Kadis today already so quick in his term as commissionary came to visit the Netherlands. I think we had a full day in which we saw all the aspects that are important for the future of the fisheries sector. We have had a visit to the Innovation Center where we saw some new innovations on top of the pulse technology, who makes it even more sustainable. And after that, we could share all the worries that the several segments of the fisheries sector in the Netherlands has with the commissionary to end here with the building of new energy-saving ships, almost emission-free. So I really want to thank you. And we discussed also the future MFAF, which is of course also very important for the innovation of our fleet. So again, I think we had a very fruitful day, and we knew each other already, of course, because I had a meeting with the commissioner on the 24th of January, and we had also an informal lunch in March in Brussels. And this full day, I think, completes the total exchange that we had on all the issues. And I would like to give now the floor to Commissioner Kadis.
Yes. I'd like to thank Minister Rummenie for arranging this very interesting and very useful visit to the Netherlands. Today we had the opportunity to meet with researchers, with innovators, with representatives of the different segments of the fishing fleets of the Netherlands, with shipbuilders, and I'm really very satisfied for what I have seen today. Today we had the opportunity to discuss about the present, and there are ongoing priority initiatives by the Commission. The evaluation of the Common Fisheries Policy Regulation, which is the framework under which fisheries and aquaculture sectors operate in Europe, is running now. And we discussed with the representatives of the sector about the evaluation. We also discussed about the development of the European Ocean Pact, which will be a single reference strategic framework for all ocean-related policies, including fisheries and aquaculture. But also we discussed about the future. And I'm very happy to see that the Netherlands can lead the way on research, technological development and innovation in relation to the fisheries sector. There are innovations relating to more sustainable and environmentally friendly fishing gears. There are innovations regarding the modernization and decarbonization of our fishing fleet, which is a priority for the European Union. And all these ideas about what we can do in the future will enrich our policy making and will enrich our policies for the fisheries sector in the future. Thank you very much for this fruitful program, and I would also like to thank all the stakeholders, the members of the European Parliament that were with us today, and all the people who contributed to the successful implementation of this country visit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for to the Commissioner. In your hearing, you mentioned you would reconsider more efficient fishing techniques and everything. And of course, you're in the Netherlands. Pulse fishing was a big thing here and still is, or at least in the hearts and minds. How is this reconsideration going? When are we seeing that it's back on the agenda in the Commission again?
Yes, today we have seen some further innovative techniques that they take the pulse fishing even one step further. So we need all the documentation for all these new techniques. We need these techniques to be evaluated by the competent bodies that provide advice to the European Commission, and a new package of innovative and more sustainable fishing techniques can be presented when they are ready to be approved by the co-legislators.
And Pulse could be part of that then? And Pulse could be a part of that?
Maybe not exactly as it was, because the co-legislators have already decided about this. But in the way we saw it today, supported by new elements and more innovations, yes, it can be included in the package that we will, yes, that we can present for approval.
One question though, this is part of the visits you're making to all the other European countries as well, right? What number of visits is this?
It's the fifth.
The fifth, okay.
Yes, it's the fifth country, and my plan is to visit all European countries. I find these visits really very useful. I get direct feedback from the people that are on the ground, the people that are they know the sea better than anyone else, and this is very very useful. But it is also a moral obligation to listen from the people, that they adapt, they implement the policies that we design. So I feel it as an obligation, but I find it very, very useful. And definitely the feedback that we get from these visits will enrich our policies.
What have you learned today, especially today?
Today we have seen, as I mentioned before, I have seen very interesting, innovative fishing techniques. We have seen how the sector here promotes the modernization and decarbonization of the fishing fleet. And we also discussed challenges of specific parts of the specific segments of the fishing fleets from Netherlands. Yes, I got the feedback that I needed, and we will discuss what we got with the colleagues and with the services at the European Commission.
Another problem the fishing industry is targeted with as well are Trump's tariffs. Trump's tariffs.
Yes.
So, are you thinking about how do you think about ideas to help fishermen who are targeted by these tariffs?
Well, about this issue, I think that the President of the European Commission has made a statement that I think represents the position of the European Commission. I know that the competent Commissioner Šefčovič, is in contact with the US administration on this issue. We stay calm, and we are ready to answer to these measures, and we are continually evaluating the situation. I cannot say more because it's not under my competence, this issue, but the European Commission is, of course, regrets on this decision that affects a lot of businesses and people, not only in the United States and the European Union, worldwide. And we are carefully designing our next steps.
Inside there was some talk about financial European financial support that's needed for new building. Are there any ideas on this in Brussels to help fishermen building new ships, innovative ships?
This is part of the evaluation of the Common Fisheries Policy Regulation. The evaluation is ongoing. Now there is an open call for evidence which is open until the 21st of April. We will get the feedback through this open call. We will also utilize the feedback that we received through these meetings. Yes, we will decide our next steps.
Is it also a priority?
Definitely there will be something about the modernization and decarbonization of the fishing fleet, because as I mentioned before, it is a priority for the European Commission.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, go.
Is it possible to do it in Dutch as well?
Yeah.
Make it more easy for the staatssecretaris?
dat is prima. Maar als hij wil gaan.
Okay, we'll do it in English.
Better in English.
So we've heard the Commission's side of the Pulse-Vis story. Of course, what is the Dutch perspective? The perspective in The Hague. There was supposed to be an offensive. Is this part of the pulse fishing offensive?
Yeah, offensive. Of course, we all know that it is still a sensitive point with certain member states. And the last months I have visited several member states, or last months I must say, to talk about it. And in France it's a very sensitive point, of course, so I did have talks with them about it. Yes, still. And today I'm very happy with the open-mindedness of the commissionary, who has seen also that we go on with innovation on the pools technology, and I would call it then pools 2.0, because we are more and more successful in applying technology without really harming the seabed. And I think in the end the scientific base should help us too. So we are sure to go on to press, because it's very important for us, also giving the fact that the perspectives for the beam trawl are not getting better every day. And it's one or the other for the Dutch fleet, because otherwise we don't survive. It's as clear as that. Yes.
Pulse 2.0, what does that exactly mean?
Now that means including new innovations that make the technology even more sustainable than it is already.
Yeah.
And we have seen them today in the Innovation Center.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Damen, Shipyards. So you follow me? Yes. Then we shake hands with the others.
So, welcome everybody in our shipyard. Especially welcome to Mr. Kadis and Mr. Rummenie. Why Stellendam is so important. The harbour here is important for our village or city Stellendam here. But I think also for the Netherlands it's a very important harbour because of the
We have two shipyards, as already mentioned. So we have Padmos shipyard, but also Damen Maaskant shipyard, which is part of the.
And then the hydrodynamic improvements on all the vessels where we place the bigger propeller. We 2 million liters of fuel. The nitrogen oxides we save.
To stay motivated and to change their way of fishing, so their fishing techniques, in order to still stay successful also for the coming years. So
I hear about the project OD6 was on quayside here. Everything about this project started with the big propeller. Composites, then you have vezels, how say that?
glass fiber. Fibers.
Yeah.
We think in the future energy will only be more expensive. How would
drove al my grandpa and my father at the build. So we know turn, because the new propeller is from 2.5 meters.